He's going all the way. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown. Texas Tech takes home the victory.
Welcome to the Broadway Shuffle. Wherever you are, we appreciate you tuning in and listening, whether on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or Texas Tech Plus. As always, make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube and like this video so you never miss an episode, and download the Texas Tech app for all the latest news and content and for your tickets into the game. You will need that app to get into the game. Today, we're going to define what success looks like against Arkansas-Pine Bluff. We'll get into some over-under debates. We will release our first Broadway Shuffle Top 25 and, of course, give our predictions for the Red Raiders' first game of the year. Before we get to all of that, Conrad, you've got our first word of the episode. What is it, my man?
Yeah, so in the last episode, we made a promise that we would tell you all that you need to know about Arkansas-Pine Bluff and more. And I mentioned the coordinates of Arkansas-Pine Bluff University would be shared on the Broadway Shuffle. And so I'm going to keep good on that promise. I found those to the best of my ability earlier today. And so just want to read those to you because we did promise it to you. And so the latitude coordinate is 34.240779 degrees north. And the longitude coordinate is negative 92.019705 degrees west. So that should tell you exactly where Arkansas-Pine Bluff is. It tells me exactly where it is. It is in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Again, did not know where that was before this episode, but as you will learn, just like we did, we learned a ton about Arkansas-Pine Bluff, and we're excited to share that with you before the Red Raiders face off against the Golden Lions. Is that what they are?
Yeah, Conrad, your stuff last episode, you talked a lot about the dorm episode and where in the world Pine Bluff was, and we had plenty of people chime in about that. A lot more feedback on that than I thought there would be. So look at you, man, content creator.
That's my middle name. Creator's my middle name. Conrad Creator Mills.
Oh gosh. Dude, yeah, I will say the dorm room stuff was definitely more appealing to people than I thought it would be. That sounds wrong. I don't know where to go with stuff. Filming from the dorm room sounds that doesn't sound any better either.
Filming from a dorm, not from a dorm room.
Yeah, filming from a dorm.
That would have been.
It's gonna happen.
That will
make
fun.
It happen.
We will do it.
The people want it, and if you comment and you want us to do something, we'll try our best to make it happen. So, man, interesting game. Obviously, last year, coming off 2024 opener game, we had predictions that we thought would go one way. Clearly, didn't go the other way. We're hoping for a fresh start this year against Arkansas-Pine Bluff, a much better result. You still got the W in the Jones, but hoping for more of a smooth start to 2025. Z, Pine Bluff and ACU, a little bit different, not as much familiarity with Arkansas-Pine Bluff. What do we need to know about the school, the team? Give us kind of like on a very quick high level what Texas Tech fans should be expecting with the Golden Lions.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a team that you beat very thoroughly. Now, I did say that last year before you played ACU, and that was definitely not correct. Pine Bluff's kind of playing some stuff close to the chest. They're not really releasing a depth chart. They're not naming a QB starter, as far as I'm aware, or at least at the time that we're recording. There's really not much out there on this team. They've got a returner, a running back returner that they're really high on, but truly there's not a lot of media out there on them and what they're going to be doing. The coaches have obviously scouted, and they've got an idea. But yeah, I mean, this is just one of the SWAC teams that's just, it's not ACU. ACU is a top 25 team in the FCS ranks. Pine Bluff is not that, to just put it kindly. Now they're going to have what looks like a dual threat quarterback. So which I actually like. I think you're going to see a lot of those in the Big 12 this year. You're going to see Dampier. You're going to see Johnson. You're going to see Levitt. You're going to see Jalen Daniels. You're going to see Bear Bachmeyer with BYU. So getting kind of a taste of that. And I'll be interested to see kind of how you handle that. But yeah, not a ton out there on the Golden Lions this year, but it should be a game, weather permitting, that you roll pretty easily in.
Yeah, I saw a weather report. It looks kind of like it could get pretty ugly there. Potential thunderstorms. Are you going to be wearing a rain jacket, Z? What should we be wearing to the Jones on Saturday night?
It's probably the most old man thing that I have in me, but I am stay till the final buzzer guy. I don't leave till the game is over. So whether that's going to be at, hopefully a nice tidy time of 9:30, or whether that's 3 a.m, I'm going to be there till the clock goes to zero. So maybe some rain. You just never know in West Texas. Hopefully it goes around and hits all the surrounding communities, but kind of avoids Lubbock proper. That'd be great.
Yeah, Clay Zeiler mentioned the game last year. We're not going to get into We're not going to hash it out. That's in the past. It's a new year, new team, but the excitement level going into this game for Texas Tech is way more hyped up than it was in previous years. We've had some problems week one. Do you expect to see a little more fire out of this team? I mean, I know it's Pine Bluff and it's a new roster, new coaching staff outside of Joey, obviously, but do you expect this team to come out with an edge, and really step on Arkansas-Pine Bluff and kind of maybe right some of the demons that have happened in week one in the previous seasons?
I hope so, man. But honestly, I feel like that wasn't really our issue in the last two week one losses. Like both of those games, we started out pretty well, if I remember, and we were playing with energy. You just could not sustain it, and you died halfway through the game. Wyoming beat you, and then you were lucky enough to escape at ACU. But I would be surprised if we came out flat, especially after all the hype going into the season. The players obviously knowing the pressure on them. And they're ready to play another team, I'm sure, than just going through fall camp. So I'd be really surprised if we came out flat. I expect the game to honestly get out of hand pretty quickly. And this team, like Zeiler mentioned, is just not even on the same level as ACU. I mean, they had players who played for Tech previously, and they're too deep. And this team doesn't have that. So I would expect the game to get out of hand pretty quickly. And if it's not, honestly, I'll be a little disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's week one, man. You just never know what you're gonna get. I mean, I know we expect to win by 50, or the line it's still 61. Z, is that still the spread?
That's the SP projected spread. I have not seen a line that's not an offshore book yet. That actually hasn't been released by any the FanDuel, DraftKings, any of those guys, Circa, something like that. There's not a line out yet, so I'll expect some sort of crappy line with low limits maybe Thursday, but we'll see.
Well, let's hear, man. There's not much to really break down with Pine Bluff, Z, as you mentioned. Some fun facts, though. Do you know the second oldest university in the state of Arkansas?
I'm going to guess Pine Bluff.
Correct. That is right. Dude, you're a smart guy, man. 1873, Arkansas-Pine Bluff was created. And I looked that up courtesy of Wikipedia. That's my source. So it could be wrong, but I think it's right. So crazy time. But so let's get to defining success, Conrad, for Texas Tech. We talked about last year, but what does success look like game one for Texas Tech?
Yeah, I think it's at least a 50-point blowout, at least. Against this team, I mean, we've said it. I mean, they're not a top 25 FCS team. The amount of talent that you've infused into this roster, I think you've got to look at this and think, okay, we need to not only win the game. I mean, that's a given. I don't think that's even a conversation, but you need to look like, okay, we've just overpowered this team, because it shouldn't be that difficult thing to do. No offense to the Golden Lions, but that should just be something that we shouldn't even really have to scout them and just be able to walk out there and win by 50. It's kind of that kind of feel to me. I don't know if that'll happen. It should happen, but I think success looks like by a win over 50 points. I think I need to see probably 275 passing yards. I need to see about 200 rushing yards. I mean, it just needs to be, probably more than that, honestly, 350 passing, 250. Maybe from your starters. It needs to be, from the Baron, I need to see 275 yards passing. I think I need to see 130, 140 yards between Jacoby and Cam together. I need to see probably 5, 6, 7 sacks. I mean, again, it's just David Bailey and Romello Height going against these tackles. I don't even know who these tackles are, but they should just absolutely overpower them. And so that's what I need to see. A lot of TFLs, probably a couple picks, 3 turnovers total. That's what success would look like for me. Basically, a good old-fashioned butt whooping is what I need to see.
I like it. Clayton, success for you?
Yeah, I'd agree with Conrad on basically the score stuff. I think you need to blow them out. I would say both of the lines should dominate, like the offensive line. If their D line is giving us fits, that's not going to be a good sign. Same with the D line. They should be able to pretty much do whatever they want. I want to see the receivers getting separation pretty easily. One thing I actually am interested in legitimately is the kicking game. I don't want to see any missed field goals. I think that would
Definitely.
be something that would actually translate into the rest of the year. And I don't want to see any big plays allowed from the defense.
Yeah, Clayton hit on a ton of the ones that I would have said. Competent defensive scheme is something that I'm looking for. Just like, does everybody look like they're in the right spot? Does it look like we know what we're doing? Things can happen. Stuff, there's weird stuff that can go on in certain games. But I just wanted the defense to look competent. I think you did that at times last year, but there were plenty of times that you didn't. It just didn't look like everybody was on the same page. Other things, this is a real small one, and I would echo everything that basically Conrad and Clayton said. I want to see Barron's accuracy on the deep ball. If he's throwing 20, 30 yards downfield or even further, what does that arm look like when he's throwing downfield? And then how accurate is it? I think that's something that people have nitpicked with Barron a little bit. Does he hit guys in stride, and are we able to connect on a lot of those plays? Does he have chemistry with the receivers on some of that stuff? And I guess the final thing that I would mention, what does our offensive line and run game look like schematically? Are we able to dominate? What does Cam look like when he has a workload? What does Jacoby look like with an actual workload? And then, I'm not as concerned about the score because I hope our third string and our fourth string guys are playing a lot in the fourth quarter. So I want to see the starters and the second string dominate. Maybe you're up 49-3 at halftime. And then if you end up winning 63-17, I'm not going to be super disappointed by that if it's none of the starters played in the second half or something like that. But making sure that first and second team looks, thoroughly dominant is something I'm looking for.
Yeah, great points on Barron. I almost kind of forgot he had the surgery because he's been able to go through camp and be healthy. And so it is going to be interesting to see what the arm strength looks like, if there's any shoulder problems whatsoever. Obviously he's coming into this fully healthy, but if he takes a hit, which I hope he doesn't, but if something like that, I'm excited to see Barron's arm strength and potential compared to last year, what the difference is. Conrad's smiling as I'm just mentioning
tell Conrad's going to say something that's going to make me mad.
He's waiting. Conrad, you're going to need Barron. If he's going to potentially make a Heisman run, he's going to need that 7-tutty first half, probably that 49-3 halftime score.
All of Conrad's arguments about Barron rested on his ACU performance last year. I just want to say that.
Without Barron, we lose that ACU game, and we're maybe still trying to get over it. I'll just say this: I'm old enough to remember when 3 out of the 4 members of this podcast were very questionable in terms of if Barron was going to be healthy, and now I hear Brennan saying, "Oh, he's fully healthy. He's good to go. He's everything, nothing to worry about there."
That's
I just
fact.
think
I mean, that's not an opinion. That's a fact. That's a report out of camp. I'm just speaking the truth.
Yeah, I know, but you were the one wondering, well, is this really going to be true? Is this how it's going to work out? And I was like, yes, Brennan,
it's a legitimate
exactly
question.
How it's
That was a legitimate question.
I was never worried. And I don't think Texas Tech was worried.
You don't think Texas Tech is worried about Barron staying healthy?
No. I don't think they were worried about his shoulder healing.
His face.
I don't think they were worried about his shoulder healing.
Got it.
Yeah. No. Staying healthy, I think we know our run there. No, I don't think. I mean, yeah, that's always a concern for us, really, for the last 10 years. No, I'm just saying that you guys were wondering, well, is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to be healthy in terms of, is he going to be fully recovered? Is this surgery going to go okay? And now it's like, yeah, he's fully recovered. I'm just trying to say, I told you so. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
it's week
and
one.
I will say another. Yeah, I know, but he's fully healthy. The shoulder recovered well. Another thing I'll say in terms of success for me that I thought of before we had that little side conversation is I want to see us leave this game just as healthy as we came into it. I do not want to see anyone get hurt against Arkansas-Pine Bluff. I want to leave the same health-wise we are right now going into Saturday.
Yeah, but that one is just so kind of out of your control. Like, the only time I guess I would blame is if Barron's playing in the fourth quarter, like, okay, yeah, what are we doing? Unless, obviously we're in an ACU situation. But, if an offensive lineman goes down on the first play of the game, we can't really control that.
Well, no, I know, but I still think that would be a success. Yeah. I'd like to see. I'd really like to see that. Yeah. Obviously, I know you can't control that, but I think that'd be a really big plus after this game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my defined success, you guys must have, maybe I'm still heartbroken. Maybe I'm cautiously optimistic. I just want to win by 1 point, more than 1 point. I just don't want to win. I don't want to win 52-51. I'd like to win,
Yeah.
by more than that. That's all I'm hoping for. That I'm simplifying my approach to week one. I want to exercise the week one demons, get them out, and just enjoy a tech win. Remember, no one was listening to us week one of last year, but when we had that one, and I think our second episode was, is the sky falling on Texas Tech after a win? I don't want to have to do that again. I didn't like that episode, so I just want to be able to come on a reaction episode on Monday and just bask in a nice, solid win. That's all. That's success for me. That's what really matters is the W. So, okay, well, let's get to rate the threads. This is something we're going to do throughout the year. The red, white combo. Favorite combo, least favorite combo. What do we think of the jerseys going into the Pine Bluff game?
It's white, red, right?
White, red. Yeah. White helmet, red.
Yeah, I like it. I think your base uniforms are just so much better than like 80% of the conference. So I think it looks good. I'm happy with it. I thought it would be black, red, black. I was shocked it wasn't that. These look good.
Yeah, the red always look clean. Clayton, go ahead.
I was about to say I like it, but I'm not a huge fan of the red on red, to be honest. I like if it's gonna be red, I like black pants or white pants personally.
I actually agree with that.
Our uniforms just improved so much going to Adidas from Under Armour, and it's not even, I don't even have words to define how much they improved overall, but I'm a big fan of the white, red, white, in terms of the white cleats and the white socks. I think it'll look really, really clean. I will say I was surprised too, Zyler. I thought it was going to be the black, red, black. I gave a lot of thought to it. What do I think this is going to be? And, they just surprised me with it. But I think it looks good. I think obviously that means Pine Bluff's going to be wearing white. I think they only have 2 jerseys over there, the Golden Lions. But I think it'll be a good look for us. And I'm interested to see what week 2, week 3 look like after that.
I have a thought, and I have no way to prove this. I think Joey is superstitious about the uniforms, and I think you have to use certain combos throughout the year, and I think he wants to save other combos for other games. That's my conspiracy take with no evidence.
I like it. Which one do you think? Which jersey combo do you think is the conspiratorial? What's he saving?
I think he really likes black, red, black. I saw. Let me see. I'll find it in a little bit. Report back in a sec. But there's stats on like what we win games in, like color wise, and I think he wants to save the one that we're really good in is black, red, red. We're 19-2 when we go black, red, red. As far as base sets, so what are we? We're white, red, red. This is one we just haven't worn very much. We have a losing record. I think he's saving some of those for some bigger games. I that's my no evidence at all.
Hey, coaches are superstitious, dude. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Remember, I think it was my favorite combination was black, white, like back in the day, because I think that's what Tech wore against Oklahoma State in 2008 too. After the Texas game, if it's not all black, I love
combo.
Yeah, I love 8 and 5 in that combo.
Yep,
under Joey.
Yep. No.
Okay.
Since 2000.
That we've only worn it 13 times, dude. We gotta wear that more. That is one of my sneaky favorite combos. I love the black, white. So maybe we'll pull that out this year. I don't feel like we wear that anymore. Did we do that very often?
You're talking black, white, black, or black, white, white?
Black helmet, black jersey, white pants.
Yeah. So that one is 8 and 5.
That's not very many games to wear that.
No.
I will say
you're terrible in your throwbacks. You're 5 and 9 in throwback jerseys.
We have a losing record in the all blacks too, right?
I don't think so. Because I think you've worn those. I think that's like a conspiracy. You're 36 and 22 in all black.
Okay.
I will say I'm not now thinking about it and talking about records and jersey combos. I am really happy we're not wearing the same one we wore against ACU last year. So the black, red, black, just for superstitious reasons. If you're going to go there.
See, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know there was a whole superstitious conspiracy conspiratorial
There's
jersey
not.
thing
That-
going
that's
on here.
all. That's all me. That is coming
No,
from
I'm
one
sure
person.
you've got sources that you can't share. It's probably true. We'll have to
No.
ask. Next time we have Joey on the show, we'll have to
And-
ask.
and
First
Shout
question.
out to Matt Dowdy and his team putting together all that stuff in their game notes. If you love reading through that stuff, it's online and it's great. So if you want to see all that stuff, it's there.
That's really cool. So, okay, let's get to something I've been looking forward to because last year this was one of the funniest moments I think we had all year. It's our over-under. We're going to do over-unders each week, not betting lines, but stats. And last year, week 1, we came in and we had Micah Hudson over under 5 catches. And
Man.
and that was for one game, not the whole season. The whole season he ended up with 8, I believe. And we thought he was going to have, some of us thought he was going to have 5 or more week 1. So you never know what you're going to get on the over-under segment here for us. We could be very wrong, and we'll own that when we are. So
If I gave you that line again this year, what would you take?
over under 5 catches in one game or total season?
This game. This game.
Oh, under. I'm not going down
Yeah,
that
I'll
road
take
again.
the under.
I'm taking,
I was about to ask
staking
us.
the
We have
claim
to go back
over.
to that.
Over.
I was
Over
going to
in
say
this
over.
He's
game.
going to play.
Over.
He's going to play.
we're
a lot
doing
in
it
the
again.
third
We're
quarter.
doing this again.
Yes,
We
we're
haven't
going.
learned
I
our
was going to
lesson.
ask to do it. Zyler, thank you for doing that. Absolutely, he's going to have over. He's a year older. He's more mature.
He's a year wiser.
Realized
You're wiser.
He's 19. I remember.
He
I remember
realized
when
the
I
error
was
of his
19.
ways. He went to A&M. He came back. Welcomed him back in. Micah Hudson. He's the man. He's going to have 5 catches, 60 yards. He scores his first touchdowns for the Red Raiders this game. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would bet.
He scores
I
the
actually-
first
No.
touchdown.
He scores his first touchdown.
Oh, okay,
He scores his
okay.
first touchdown as a
I like
Red
that one.
Raider this game.
I think I agree
could-
with that, actually. I'd be more confident in him scoring than him getting 6 catches.
The only thing, dude, is if you're killing this team, there's a chance he's like not playing. Like it's like all the kids that are going to redshirt, they get to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah,
But
okay,
I could see them trying to get him a touchdown since he
Yeah.
didn't get one last year.
you guys totally sabotaged my segment, man. I was gonna start with does Micah Hudson have 1 or more catch, and you guys just ran off with it.
Over, baby.
I was gonna go 1 catch, and you guys are going touchdown. So let me just
2.5
ask. So
touchdowns over under.
2.5. Okay, so
I will take the
Micah
under.
Hudson. We'll start with this one, I guess. I was going to go Barron first, but we'll make Conrad wait a little longer. Micah Hudson, 1 or more catch over or 0. it's 1 catch.
Over, absolutely
Over.
Okay.
Mortgage is on it.
Over.
Mortgage is on Micah, and I hope to see it, man. I'm
Unless
excited.
he's injured.
Yeah, unless he gets hurt. Yeah. Okay, we'll go David Bailey, 3 or more sacks.
Under.
Under, yeah.
I have to go under. If you would have made
Under.
it 2, I would have taken over. But because it was 3, I'll
3.
take under.
Okay. All right, Baron Morton, 300 passing yards, over or under?
Under because he doesn't play the second half.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think it gets to like 260.
Yeah. He just won't
I
play
think
enough.
250 would have been an incredibly tough line.
Yeah.
But man, that's so many passing yards.
Yeah, but if you're up if you're going 49-3 at half, Z, I mean that's a lot of points and a lot of yards in one half. I mean
I
that
know, but like, what if you're like forcing
gonna run the ball.
fumbles and like short fields and like,
yeah.
what if they can't?
Yeah,
Like, there's
that's
a lot
true.
of ways you could score points that don't involve Barrett driving the ball 75 yards down the field.
Yeah, how many points did we
I'm
have
talking
against
real reckless for a
Yeah.
team that only beat their FCS opponent by 1, and I realize that.
Yeah, no, I mean I appreciate it. What was the UNT game last year? How many points did we have at half in that one? Because
It
we
was,
won 66-21.
50 something at half. It was something
like,
crazy. I
Yeah,
think it was
he
like,
didn't have like absurd passing numbers in that one. So.
I think it was 17-7, like going into the start of the second quarter, and,
And
then
then we
you
scored
ended with like
35
40 or
points.
50.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, let's do because we did the Micah Hudson receiving. Let's go more of maybe a starting receiver. Caleb Douglas, 100 receiving yards, over or under?
I'll take the over. I think Caleb's gonna have a pretty deep touchdown, maybe a couple. So I'll take over.
Okay. Clayton, I know you had to step backstage real quick. Did you hear me? Did you
I
hear
don't know
me
what
go?
I heard Caleb Douglas. Can you give me the yardage total again?
It was 100 yards over or under.
Oh, I'll take the under. If I'm taking Barron's under, if I
Okay.
say
Yeah,
Barron's
100
at
yards is so
250,
many.
yeah, that's like
That's
50% of his yards. I'll take the under.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
confident in a deep catch. I think he's going to burn him.
Reasonable expectations out of the Broadway Shuffle today. So, all right. Well, there's our over under. We'll be doing that each and every week. Let's do our Big 12 pick'em, and we're going to throw in a couple. We're going to throw in a couple national games as well. This will mainly be Big 12 throughout the week, but and probably the biggest national game. So we'll do a Big 12 national pick'em each week on our preview shows as well. And dude, I was going through the Big 12 schedule. There's actually a lot of sneaky good games scheduled for the Big 12. I mean, we're going to walk through a lot of these. Some of them will come out. They're playing. Aren't Nebraska and Cincy playing? I mean, we're recording this Wednesday night, but Thursday today. Yeah, today, Thursday evening. So you get one right off the bat. Nebraska's a team that is coming in with a lot of sneaky expectations as well. I've had Josh Pate kind of finds Nebraska sexy. There's some other people that are on the Matt Rule train. So this is going to be an interesting game for Cincinnati, Nebraska. We'll get to our Texas Tech predictions for the game after our Big 12 pick 'em. But let's start Nebraska, Cincy. Conrad, I'll go to you first. Big 12 getting a win against the Big 10, or is Nebraska going to come out hot to start the year?
No, I'm not a Cincinnati believer this year. I think Nebraska's going to be better than people expect them to be. I think I'm kind of on that train of I think they could be sneaky good. I think Dylan Raiola is going to improve. He's got talent. He's got a year under his belt. I think they're going to beat the Bearcats. So I'll take Nebraska.
Okay, and Nebraska is a 6.5 point favorite. Do you expect them to cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they'll win by 10.
Okay.
I'll take Nebraska too. Since Cincinnati's unranked, I have faith in Matt Rule. If Cincinnati was a ranked team, I'd obviously go the other direction. Do not look up anyone picking Nebraska to make the playoff. Do not look up Matt Rule's record against ranked teams.
Okay,
but
all right, Z.
I've gone back and forth. I actually have several guys online that I talked to about Cincinnati football, and they've kind of talked me into Cincinnati being competitive in this game. I don't know if I can pull the trigger on them winning, but I think I'll have them to cover. I think they'll be competitive in the game. I was looking through Nebraska's roster today, and it is not as talented as people would have you believe. It's really young, and there's some talent, but this is not a high-level SEC roster or a Big Ten roster yet. They've got talent. It is not a top 10, 15, 20 roster. I think you have a better roster than Nebraska. So I'll take Nebraska to win, but Cincy to cover.
Okay. Well, we're going to go 4-0 on Nebraska. I'm going Nebraska, too. I've been listening to a lot of Josh Pate this offseason. He was on a podcast called Bussin' with the Boys. Nebraska alum is on there as well. They were hyping him up. They convinced me to buy into some of the Nebraska hype. I'm not going 10-2 or 9-3, but I think Nebraska could have an 8-win season. I think they start strong here against Cincy. All right. The game that we're probably most looking forward to, Big 12 non-con, Auburn-Baylor, Friday night in Waco. Conrad, I'll go to you first. Got an idea on where you're going with this, but who you got, Auburn or Baylor?
Auburn by 100.
Oh, my word.
No, not by 100. Not by 100. I'm not that delusional. Although I would, if that was an option, I would absolutely. If I could know right now that's going to happen, I would be so overjoyed. No, I think Auburn's going to win. I just think Auburn in the trenches is going to beat Baylor. I think the wide receiver duo of Cam Coleman and I'm blanking on the other guy's name. Number one and number
Eric
8.
Singleton?
Cam's number 8. Eric Singleton.
Or is it
am I thinking of the right guy? I think it's Eric.
They've got
Eric
some stud receivers.
Yeah.
Singleton's the
Their
transfer.
receivers are incredible. I think I think it's number 1, number 8. So whoever that is, Cam's number 8. But I think they will absolutely torch Baylor secondary. Now the question is, does Auburn have a quarterback that can get them the ball? I thought they did in Jackson Arnold, but reading some of the reports on what has been coming out of Auburn camp, maybe I am wrong. I don't know. I thought Jackson was going to leave OU, go to a better offense with more talent around him and be better, but we'll see. Either way, Auburn still beats the Baylor Bears because I cannot bring myself to pick Baylor in any circumstance.
All right. That was where I thought you were going with that pick. Clayton?
I'm predictable.
I'll take Baylor. Until I see Jackson Arnold actually be a good quarterback in a game, I'm just going to not predict that to happen. And I think Baylor has the better QB, even though Auburn probably is better most other areas. But Baylor's playing at home. They have the better QB, better head coach. Didn't Hugh Freeze said that he's going to play multiple QBs?
He said he's going to play all three. He's going to play Deuce Knight, Ashton Daniels, and Jackson Arnold. Or he said he could.
Yeah. So I just don't foresee that going well, especially with the 3 play callers thing too. So I'll take Baylor.
I wish, if you asked me this after the first quarter, I think I could tell you 100% definitively who's going to win the game. It's super hard to get a read on Jackson Arnold right now. Like, is he actually good? Was it the OU Brent Venables system that wasn't working for him? What's actually going on here? That Baylor secondary, the safety room, ever since Devin Turner got hurt, and they've got Kendrick Simpkins is also going to be out. So they'll be down 2 of their 3 starters in the safety room. It might be worse than last year, and it's a team that ranked 127th in pass explosive plays allowed. It could get ugly back there if Auburn has a good quarterback. So we'll see. I was so in on Baylor all summer, and now I'm having second thoughts. I think I'll still take Baylor. I just think that's a more sure quantity. But man, I'm gonna bet the game after the first quarter, and I'll feel really confident about that.
I'm going Baylor here as well, mainly because I want the Big 12 to make a statement early. I think this matters for Texas Tech. I think if Baylor beats an SEC team and the Big 12 is able to have, whether it's Auburn, I know they might not be that good in the SEC, but it just helps to have that bragging rights. And it might help if you go 10-2 later in the year. Maybe you end up beating Baylor or losing to a Baylor team in the Big 12 championship. It would just help the overall potential for you down the line. So I don't want to root. I'm not rooting for Baylor per se, but I'm going to pick them to win because of that. So we've got 3 Baylors, Conrad, Zalone, Auburn. Conrad, Georgia Tech, Colorado, another one of your favorite schools in the Big 12.
Yeah, Haynes King is just too good. Colorado lost too much. I think Georgia Tech wins. I don't know what the line is on that, but I think Georgia Tech covers.
I think it's like 3.5, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech's going to cover. So,
Clay?
I'll take Georgia Tech as well. I'm kind of the same way that Zyler is with the Baylor game on this game. I was so confident in Georgia Tech for like the last 2 weeks, but I feel like I'm having a little bit of second thoughts. But I'll still take Georgia Tech to win, although I think it's a close game. I think they might have to either come from behind in the fourth quarter or like fend off Colorado trying to make a late push. But I'll take Georgia Tech.
Okay. Z?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much same thoughts. I really don't have a strong lean on this game. I think I'll probably take Georgia Tech, just a little more proven team, kind of similar with what I did with Baylor. There's a chance Caden Salter is terrible. There's a chance he's really good. I just think I lean the other way. So I'll go Georgia Tech.
And I am also going to go Georgia Tech. So clean sweep on Georgia Tech. I put this game on here because I watched Hawaii on my plane ride home against Stanford, and they won. And Arizona has a lot of question marks. And I just wanted to see maybe if you guys think Arizona is going to be that bad this year, so we can get it out of the way now. Any chance Hawaii beats Arizona, Conrad?
No, Arizona.
Clayton?
Arizona's going to win. I think they're going to cover too.
Arizona. I think Hawaii winning last week was more so a representation of how bad Stanford is, and
I think I saw
how bad that quarterback is.
Yeah, if that quarterback had the same EPA per play for all season, I think it'll be one of the worst college football passing seasons of all time. It was like truly a historically bad passing performance.
Okay,
I'll take Arizona, and I think Brent Brennan wants to win the fan base back. He's gonna really try to hammer him.
Give me the Rainbow Warriors, man. I saw an article earlier in the year that said that Hawaii could go 12-0, and I'm buying the train. I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
Was it written by the same person who said Baron Morton could win the Heisman? Was it Conrad Mills?
It might have been Conrad Mills. I don't know. But you can't go 12-0 if you don't go 2-0. Smart math there. So I'm going Hawaii to pull off an upset in Arizona, start 2-0, and keep the Rainbow Warrior dream alive of going 12-0. Bring back the June Jones, Colt Brennan days. Great name. Rest in peace, by the way, too. He passed away.
Yep.
So, all right, another game that I'm really looking forward to as well. Another Big 12, Big 10 old Pac-12 rivalry game with all the realignment. Utah, UCLA. Utah 5.5-point favorite. Conrad, who you got?
I'm going to take UCLA. I think Nico's going to go out and light it up. I think Devin Dampier is going to be a letdown, and I think the Bruins are going to come out victorious.
Okay.
Wow.
Clay? Wow.
I'm taking
I think
Utah.
it's a wow for Clay.
Yeah, that's a
surprised.
double wow.
Yeah, I'm not high on UCLA at all, and I think Utah would be pretty good. Maybe if UCLA had a better home field, I would consider their way more, but I'll take Utah.
Yeah, I think Utah rolls. I mean, Nico didn't really have that good of a season in an offense that's literally designed for QBs to just like plug and play immediate 3,500-yard season. And he really wasn't that good there.
If you look at his splits between like the good teams he played and the bad, he just racked up a ton of stats on all the bad defenses he played.
Has not proven that he's going to have worse weapons, a worse line, and he's going to be going up probably a top 20 defense, which is what he faced in the SEC all the time and got consistently exposed. I will take Utah in a low-scoring game. I'll take the under and Utah to cover.
You guys know where I'm going with this pick. Utah for me. It's easy. I'm expecting Utah to be really good this year. They were one of my dark horses to go to the Big 12 championship. So we'll see. I expect them to cover as well. All right. Or go ahead.
Am I able to say that I picked that just to be the contrarian on this podcast?
You're allowed to say that. Yeah.
Is that acceptable or no?
Yeah,
Is
you're
that
allowed.
You went first.
Yeah,
You got to set the tone.
Y'all
We don't
were
have
gonna
our
do.
pick-
It wasn't.
we
It's
don't have
not-
our
it's
picks
not
written
rocket
down.
science.
You believe in Nico. I know deep down you do.
Yeah.
I just don't
Nico-
believe in Utah, and I know that y'all do. And I just want to be that guy on the podcast that doesn't believe in Utah. And maybe I'll look really, really smart, or maybe I'll look really, really dumb. One of the two ways. I'm going out on a limb with Utah, and so I don't know. Maybe that's. I think that would actually be really, really funny though if Utah went into the Rose Bowl with 20,000
Oh, it'd
people
be-
there. I mean, UCLA may have a worse home field advantage than TCU, and that's saying something. So I don't know.
I think they for sure
Dude,
do.
we need to get a counter on how many times Conrad's mentioned the TCU home field in an episode that has nothing to do with TCU because it's almost every
Just
episode.
something.
I think I said it,
It
over
has to
under.
go in there.
Yeah, I think I said maybe last week or 2 weeks ago that we need to keep track of TCU's attendance record on the show. So Conrad, we can do an over under on
Conrad's
how
gonna
many
give us an
people they'll
update.
have, and Conrad can be right or wrong. I think we'll need to track that. So
That would be hilarious.
we're going
That's
to. We will
Absolutely.
do
I
it.
think we need to do that. Yeah.
Well, speak of the Horned Frogs, TCU North Carolina, one of the most exciting games in the country, just because of what Bill Belichick potentially brings to the table here with North Carolina. A lot of transfers coming in, over 40 transfers for North Carolina. So a lot of people talking about the tech transfer portal. North Carolina brought in a ton of new guys. TCU opens as a 1.5 favorite. Do we like the Horned Frogs here? Do we think Bill Belichick does what Dion was able to do a couple seasons ago and pull off a stunner in week 1?
Before Conrad brings up the attendance again, this is my mortal lock. TCU is going to kill North Carolina. That is not a good roster.
Wow. I'll take TCU too. I do think it's funny though that they're playing. They open with the two most like interesting coaching hires of the last like 15 years in 2 separate seasons.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man. I know. It's like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
I'm-
If you go 0-2 here, it's like, why do you keep doing this? Don't put anybody on week 1 from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bar of soap after I do this to wash my mouth out. But I'm gonna pick TCU, and I'm gonna pick TCU to win by double digits. So I'm gonna need to go get that bar of soap. I won't do that live on the show, but TCU will beat North Carolina, and I don't know if I'm as heavy on it as Zyler, but they're definitely gonna win by a good amount.
Gosh, should I do it? Should I do it for Jordan? Should I do it for his sweet girlfriend who just wants to experience success in college? No. TCU wins by 20, 25. It's not happening.
I thought you were talking about Michael Jordan.
No, his girlfriend's name is Jordan, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Jordan Hudson.
Okay, see?
Most famous Jordan in
Most
UNC
famous
history.
Jordan, North Carolina. Yeah, no, no. Her Jordan Hudson. But you could do it for MJ too, but they won't. TCU is going to win by 20, I think. And I want same thing for Baylor from me with TCU. I want the Big 12 to have a good non-conference. It just helps elevate the floor when you get into conference play, and you might be able to afford a loss, even though you don't play TCU or Baylor from Texas Tech's perspective. I think it's important that these teams are playing well into the Big 12. Might be able to knock off some other teams fall there. So we'll see what happens. All right, so let's go quickly to the two national games of prominence. We'll do LSU Clemson first, then Notre Dame Miami. We've had a lot in our pregame show or in our prediction. So we had
Conrad wants to talk about his second.
I want to talk
his
about
second
Ohio
favorite
State,
quarterback.
Texas.
Oh my gosh, I totally blanked on that game. Yeah, Texas and Ohio
You
State.
even
Sorry.
have a podcast,
He
bro?
was so sad he didn't get to talk about Texas.
Yeah,
you should have
there
seen
he
the
goes.
devastating
Yeah,
news.
he couldn't avoid it. He couldn't even avoid
No.
it. I had a gaffe. I didn't have it written down, so I apologize for that. But let's go Texas, Ohio State first, then Conrad. Who's winning 1 versus 3 in the shoe? Columbus, Ohio. Who you got? Is Arch Manning stomping on the Buckeyes week 1?
I feel
He
like
can't help
all
himself.
of our listeners,
They all think you're
All of our
they think you're a
listeners-
UT fan.
no. If they've made it this far into the episode and they're still waiting, they're waiting with bated breath at this point. I think. So let me say this. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. Really excited to see it. Julian Sayin, I think he's going to be an absolute stud. It'll be interesting to see how he matches up with this Texas defense, which is just filthy good. I'm going to take the Buckeyes though to win in the shoe. I think Julian's great. I think I'm going to take the Buckeyes to win.
He's doing that on
I will not.
This
I will
is
not
a-
be shocked if Texas wins, but I really like Julian Sayin. I think he's going to have a really good game. I know that the record is really against him in terms of quarterbacks making their first start against the number 1 team. I think it's like 0-18 or something like that. But I think Julian's going to be the first one. None of those other guys have ever had a chance to throw to a guy like Jeremiah Smith, and so I think that'll be an interesting matchup for Jeremiah and the Texas defense. But then again, would not be shocked if Texas went into the shoe and did beat the Ohio State Buckeyes. But I'm going to take the Buckeyes to win.
My handwriting is bad, but that says liar, by the way. That is.
You can just say it. At least we can understand it because we can't even
I
read
cannot
that.
believe that. I cannot believe that. I'll take Texas just because I didn't like Ohio State's coordinator hires this year. I think for a program of Ohio State's stature, like you win national championships pretty frequently, you should be able to do better than Matt Patricia as your defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that
don't
was
like that. I
interesting.
think Texas is going to be better coached. So
Okay. Play.
Yeah, I agree with Zyler. I'll take Texas in a low-scoring game. For clarification's sake, is it Sayin or Sayin? I've been pronouncing it Sayin.
I think it's Sayin. That's what he told me last
Okay.
week when we were on my other podcast.
Say
Okay.
it again. Say
I
it,
just
wait,
don't
say it-
trust.
Say it one more time, Conrad.
Yeah, one more time.
Say it
Who,
again.
me?
Yeah, say it again.
yes, you.
I thought it was Sayin. Am I wrong?
I don't know why. I don't know why it's besides it's the end.
This is so bad.
Sayin.
That sounds like a dish you would get at like a Chinese restaurant, like Sayin chicken. That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
about whenever he says that.
Hey, let's just be honest. He is from Southern California. Anything, you never know what comes out of Southern
That's a great
California.
point.
That's true. That is you.
Anyways.
You would know. Go ahead, Clay. Sorry.
But yeah, I'll take Texas. No, it's all right, man. I agree with Zyler completely. I don't understand letting Jim Knowles walk because you didn't want to pay him, which I understand he's getting paid a lot, but you're Ohio
just won a
State,
title with
you
him.
Yeah, you should be able to afford him, and then hiring Matt Patricia, that's a terrible move. And I don't trust the QB making his first start against this Texas defense, so I'll take Texas.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Buckeyes. I'm with Conrad. This could go either way for me. It's more the fact that it's in Columbus. If this game was in Austin, I would pick Texas, and I think I'd pick Texas pretty easily to win. Tough environment week 1 to go into. National champions, a lot of hype. I know new quarterback, but Ryan Day's very good at home, and so I like Ohio State in a low-scoring game here. So, okay, I apologize for forgetting that game. Let's get to LSU Clemson quick. This podcast is like high on both of these teams. We had, I believe, LSU, Conrad, you had them, or you had Nussmeier winning the Heisman. I had Kate Klubnik winning the Heisman. I have Clemson in my championship. I'm going Clemson here. Clemson at home, Death Valley, Clemson version. I like Clemson at home to take down the Tigers, the LSU Tigers. Lots of confusing mascots here.
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys
taking
agree?
LSU.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson.
I'll take Clemson too.
All
I
right.
would take whoever the home team was, to be honest.
And then
Yep.
Notre Dame, Miami.
I've got
Or we
Miami.
bo-
I've got Notre Dame.
I got Notre Dame.
I want to see how Carson Beck's elbow is before I fully go all in on Miami.
Okay, I'm not a believer in Carson Beck whatsoever, so I'm going to go Miami as well. So, okay, so there are
Miami?
our picks.
You're not a believer in Carson Beck, so you're going to
Notre
pick
Dame.
Miami?
I'm going Notre Dame. I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Man, it's crazy. This college football, good for them week 1, throwing out some absolute bangers, dude. It's not, this is not like the Chick-fil-A kickoff, Georgia, Oregon, where Georgia's going to win. There's a lot of games that could go either way here. It's going to be a fun Saturday to watch. So something new we're doing as well in our preview shows is our Broadway Shuffle weekly top 25 release. So we're going to put it up on the screen for you here. We will be coming out each week with our top 25. Big 12 didn't do a power rankings or a rankings to start the year. Coaches poll, AP poll, we don't believe in it. Trust our rankings more. We know what we're talking about, especially Z. So we've got our rankings pulled up here. I do want to mention before we get into this, Lee Corso, last time on College Game Day this Saturday. I don't know if you guys seen any of the clips on YouTube. I've already cried watching a 7-minute video on YouTube. It's going to be a very sad Saturday morning. So shout out to Lee. He will be at College Game Day, saying goodbye to him. Hopefully we'll get him on the pod after that. We'll see. We've reached out. But gonna miss Lee Corso, man. So our Broadway Shuffle top 25. Any surprises here? We've got Texas Tech slated at 17, just missing out Utah, USC, Iowa, and Georgia Tech. We feel pretty good about this list heading into week 1, boys.
Yeah, I mean, the team that I have no confidence in being actually top 15 good is South Carolina. That's the one that I'm like pretty low on. It's hard to do. If you've never done a top 25, it's hard to do. You really, when you have to go in, and especially when the season hasn't started, it's like, how do I pick the 14th best team? I thought it was pretty clear who the top 8-ish teams were. After that, it's more difficult than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I agree. Clayton, you did a great job on this, by the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm definitely lower on Michigan than the rest of you are. And honestly, I don't understand how Michigan is 13 and OU is 22. To me, they seem like the exact same team.
Yeah.
I don't get the vast difference in that one, but that's the only one. And I didn't have Illinois in my personal top 25. I don't think they're that good.
Yeah, you're low on the Illini this year.
I am.
Yeah. Conrad?
We'll see what happens. No, I think it'd be interesting to see. Texas Tech at 17. I mean, we have all drank the Kool-Aid with the Red Raiders pretty heavily because we have not been ranked. We've been ranked. We're 23 in the AP poll for the first time since 2018, but all of us putting us up at 17. Collectively, I think that's a big jump for a team that hasn't done anything. But again, new roster, new year, new coordinators. We believe, but that is very high. But again, it is hard to do when you haven't seen most of these teams play a single snap this year.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make this look better. It could turn out really good, maybe not so good. We'll be here each week to do it. Something new we're adding. So, okay, it is time for Texas Tech game predictions as we get ready to wrap up the show. Conrad, want to go to you first, man. If you've listened this long and you're wondering where a certain segment is, don't worry, it's still here, but we've integrated it into our predictions with Conrad. So without further ado, my guy, what is your Texas Tech prediction and how's that Kool-Aid factory looking?
Yeah, so I want to start by just saying integrated it. It's integrated it.
That's what I said.
We'll leave that for another conversation for another time.
Get to the Kool-Aid.
You said
Get to the
integrated.
Kool-Aid.
You said integrated. I'm just making people wait a little bit longer.
Oh, I apologize.
The Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid was a big part of our show last year, and some people really enjoyed it. Some people didn't. Some people are calling us out on Twitter about it. But again, lions do not concern themselves with the opinions of sheep, and so the Kool-Aid factory is here to stay. The Kool-Aid factory is going to get bigger and better, and we're Brennan is
get to the Kool-Aid.
Brennan's lost it. It's Pine Bluff Punch. This first one, Pine Bluff Punch. That's our Kool-Aid flavor for the week, and kind of just piggybacking off of that, my prediction is, again, it's a lot to a little. Texas Tech will score 70 points and Pine Bluff will have a touchdown. So 70-7 for the Red Raiders, and we will be having Pine Bluff punch all the way until we play Kent State the next Saturday.
I don't
Very
know
nice.
why that got me so bad, but 70-7, that's awesome. All right, Z, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll take Tech to win 66-10. I think you'll give up some points when you get some other guys some playing time, but I expect you to dominate. That offensive line's not going to be very big. I expect you to kind of have your way defensively. So I think you're going to put yourself in a lot of short fields. You're going to score a lot of points. So I'll take a 66-10.
All right, Clay.
I'll take UAPB to shock the world. I'm just kidding. No, I got Tech 63-6. I genuinely think we hold them out of the end zone. But Zyler does make a good point that we could have third stringers playing in the fourth quarter. So maybe they sneak one in. But either way, I think it's a blowout.
All right. That's awesome, man. I've got Texas Tech 52-51, needing a 2-point conversion stop to win that. I've got us. Z, you mentioned my score earlier. I don't know if you saw my prediction or not down below, but I had a 63-17. I think the reason I have 17 is because of what you guys just mentioned. I think you'll get up significantly, third string, fourth string, maybe just some garbage time to points from UAPB, but excited, man. It's finally here, and the Kool-Aid factory is still here. Conrad will be on our reaction shows every Monday, giving you the state of the factory. But, man, last year, can we just talk about the Kool-Aid factory for 2 minutes before we leave? Because remember last year when we started, and like, Z, it might have been you.
Remember when we...
Go ahead.
I was going to roll out Cougar juice, and then we got blown out in Pullman.
It's like the greatest Kool-Aid name ever. And then you're like, I think you said I have like unlimited supplies of Cougar juice in my garage or something.
It's still in my house.
It's still there. Yeah. Dude, I can't wait. BYU weekend, Conrad. Maybe we can bring a return, a blue
revitalized
version.
Cougar juice.
Yeah, revitalized.
That's
we've made some changes.
Well, that's when we can debut it real and in person, live and in person there at the Jones.
Yeah, we will all be there for that game. Cannot wait. Some fun stuff coming up for that one as well. So, all right, Z, close us out with our Tech trivia question of the episode.
Yeah, this is a fun one. Texas Tech is 24-1 in home openers since the year 2000, only losing one time in the last 25 years. Do you know who was the opponent that beat us in our last home opener?
Wow.
Wait,
didn't we?
I have a question.
Well, let me go to Conrad first. Give me your guess.
Wait,
not our first game, our home opener.
I know. I'm trying to think. I thought I had it. Yeah, I don't. I try and blot out the losses out of my memory. That's how I can be so optimistic.
We were all definitely fans during this time.
Were we in school?
We were. I won't tell you if we were in school, but it's post 2015.
Wow.
Wait, was it Arkansas?
All right, Clayton's got Arkansas. It's a great guess. Brennan?
That was 2014 though.
That was 14.
When we lost to Arkansas at home. I was there. Because I was in high school.
Yeah,
dude,
I don't know.
It wouldn't be the TCU game in 15, would it?
That's a good guess, Conrad.
Oh, I guess I'll go. Yeah, I have to. It has to be because we played a game before that. We played UTEP.
Yeah.
We played UTEP at home. We were all white. That was Pat, and Mac Leftwich was the quarterback on the other side. Fun fact that day.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what if I told you it was post 2020?
Oh gosh.
Oh, Oregon.
It is Oregon. The Oregon Ducks beat you in your home opener.
Dude, we were there
in 2023.
We were all there.
Yeah,
we were all there.
Yeah. Yeah, you started 0-2.
That's
man, that was sneaky. Good job, Z. That was a good one.
Tyler
man,
Shuck.
That's awesome. Well, Tyler Shuck, backup quarterback for the Saints, man. That's great. Gosh,
good for him.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, man, that was fun. We're going to be here every Monday and Thursday. So we will be back on Monday to react to the games. But make sure to like this video, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media channels. and download the Texas Tech app so you can have all the Texas Tech Plus content, plus much more as well. And have fun at the Jones if you're going to the game. Let us know in the comments if you're there. Z will be there. And we're excited to kick off 2025. It's going to be an epic season for the Red Raiders. So for Zyler, Clayton, and Conrad, I am Brennan, and we will catch you guys next time on the Broadway Shuffle. Wreck 'em.
He makes the catch. He's going all the way. 20, 15.